Modern Warfare is coming back, and it's got fans hyped. With the marketing from MW2 in full swing, we've gotten a bunch of official news drops over the past few months. That said, we've also gotten more than a few unofficial details in the form of leaks. Those reports are way less promising, and the whole situation has got everyone questioning the hype. Will the game be everything die-hard fans have waited for? Let's discuss. First, let's set the stage. The newest game in the Modern Warfare franchise will pick up where its 2019 predecessor left off. Publisher Activision says Modern Warfare 2 is going to be the most advanced experience they've ever put together, and that's a big claim for a game like this. So far, the studio has been backing it up with some truly epic trailers. There's actually a ton of buzz around the game's new features, including all new gun handling and advanced AI. The gameplay isn't the only thing that's got COD fans excited, though. We've also gotten confirmation that a bunch of fan-favorite characters from the Modern Warfare franchise are going to be returning, and that means the campaign is going to be pretty awesome. Developer Infinity Ward definitely knows what their fans want in terms of callbacks. That's why they're bringing back Task Force 141 for a whole new adventure. The story will be set 3 years after 2019's Modern Warfare, and it's going to have a team face off against another global threat. Price, Ghost, Gaz, and Soap are all coming back, and we can't wait to see them in action. Activision is shaking things up with the gameplay too. We've seen some wild stuff in the trailers, and the missions look super varied. We've seen characters rappelling down the sides of skyscrapers, a night vision section involving a downed helicopter, and an entire mission set underwater. And the gameplay is going to be super fresh. The devs over at Infinity Ward are going all out with the tech, and we've been hearing some crazy things about the new campaign. The team has added all new water tech that changes how players traverse the environment and use their weapons. What's more, Modern Warfare 2 is packing some pretty advanced AI, and it's going to make your NPC teammate feel way more realistic. The game will also introduce some insane driving sequences featuring new maneuvering capabilities, like swapping seats and hopping into new vehicles on the go. You'll even be able to stand on the roofs of cars while they're moving. Seriously, it looks like this campaign is going to give the fans something to remember. So yeah, Modern Warfare 2 has a flashy Hollywood-level main campaign that sounds exactly like what the fans want. If you're a true Call of Duty diehard, though, you'll know that nobody plays COD for the campaign. The multiplayer is what actually keeps players coming back to these games. And from what we've heard, the multiplayer might be more of a mixed bag this time around. How do we know this? Well, it's all thanks to the leaks. Honestly, Call of Duty is a franchise that pretty much always leaks ahead of time. No matter how hard Activision tries, they're almost never able to keep things under wraps. Sure, spoilers aren't always a bad thing, and sometimes they can even help in the marketing. The leaks about MW2's multiplayer, though, are kind of all over the place, and they've left COD fans feeling doubtful. We got the first round of bad news when Infinity Ward announced that Gunfight won't be in the game at launch. That's one of the best multiplayer game modes in Modern Warfare history, so it's pretty disappointing to know you're going to have to wait a bit longer before we can play it. The devs haven't actually announced when it's going to come out, so the delay might be a long one. Let's hope that doesn't mean we're getting a half-baked version of Gunfight. To make matters worse, an anonymous dev says the gameplay isn't all that great. You heard that right. We've actually gotten word from Ralph's Valve, a major video game leaker who posts on Twitter. The account claims to have talked to an Infinity Ward employee, and the news they had to share was not encouraging. The employee said MW2's gameplay will be very similar to 2019's Modern Warfare. He even said that the team wasn't too happy with how the game played back then. That leak obviously troubled a bunch of diehard COD fans who were hoping for some fresh gameplay this time around. One of the worst parts about Call of Duty's multiplayer is that it's been stuck in the same formula for years. Fans were hoping MW2 would revitalize the franchise like Modern Warfare 2 did back in 2009, but it looks like that isn't going to happen. Now, it's possible that the employee wasn't a reliable source, and fans are definitely hoping that's the case. Let's keep our fingers crossed. The situation's not all doom and gloom, though. That's right. According to a recent data mine leak, there will be 18 game types in MW2 once everything's said and done. That includes Gunfight, Free-for-All, Infected, and a whole bunch of new modes like Hostage and Knockout. What's more, the leak also claims that MW2 could have 15 multiplayer maps, including Grand Prix, Mountain Town, and Narcos. Let's hope Activision decides to include all of them in the final version of the game. Fans think they might lock a few of those modes away as DLC, and we could definitely see that happening. At the end of the day, though, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. The fan base has been getting more and more critical over the last few years, but Call of Duty is still one of the biggest franchises franchises in the world. The games top the charts every year, and that's because the multiplayer almost always delivers. Sure, Infinity Ward hit a few bumps in the road with games like Ghosts, but let's not forget, they've made some big bangers in the past. That's why there's still hope that Modern Warfare 2 will live up to fans' expectations. It might not surpass the games Infinity Ward made back in their heyday, but it could totally be a fun FPS with cutting-edge graphics and solid gameplay, and that's what the majority of fans will be looking for. And honestly, the devs can't please everyone with their releases. So let's just hope MW2 can live up to the hype for most gamers. With Modern Warfare covered, let's move on to some other franchise news. First up, looks like 2024's Call of Duty will be set in the past. Activision has already announced that we won't be getting a Call of Duty game in 2023. That's a surprising departure from their annual release schedule. But get this, Treyarch is going to be following up on MW2. Those guys definitely know what makes COD tick, so we've got high hopes. And according to some leaks, it's aiming for a pretty unique setting. Treyarch's next game is apparently going to be set in the 1990s and will take place during the Gulf War. The leak revealed concept art showcasing an F-117 Nighthawk stealth fighter at a war-torn airbase. The Nighthawk was a U.S. military plane that was put to use during the Persian Gulf War in 1991. That's how we know what the devs at Treyarch are aiming for. The studio is known for their Black Ops series, so we're guessing this is probably another game in that franchise. We don't know a ton about the title yet, but it's most likely in early development at this point in time. Let's hope the devs can knock it out of the park. Next, Nick Merckx just expressed his fears about Call of Duty's future. Nicholas Kolcheff, aka Nick Merckx, is arguably the biggest Call of Duty streamer in the world right now, and his recent comments have caused a bit of a stir. They're pretty harsh, and fans definitely weren't expecting him to attack Activision like this. Kolcheff said during a recent stream that he thinks there hasn't been a good Call of Duty game in 6 years. He thinks the latest titles are trashy, and added that 2019's Modern Warfare was pretty average. According to Nick Merckx, the last good COD game was 2015's Black Ops 3, and the WW2 setting for Vanguard was just a bad decision. Those are some strong words, but the streamer is just voicing fans' complaints. COD hasn't felt new in a while, and we're really hoping the devs take note of Kolcheff's comments. And finally, Cardi B's new music video includes a surprise Modern Warfare 2 cameo. The rapper just put out a new song called Hot Shit, and you're not going to believe this. The video for her latest track has her wearing a diamond ghost pendant. You can see the necklace at the 48-second mark of her newest video, and it looks pretty swanky. Honestly, this has to be the craziest marketing Easter egg that Activision has ever come up with. The corporation is known for putting promotional material in unexpected places, but this has to be one of the weirdest crossovers we've ever seen. We don't know about you, but we definitely weren't expecting to see MW2's Ghost show up in a Cardi B video. That just proves there's always a first time for everything. And that's a wrap for this video. Do you think Modern Warfare 2 will be worth the wait? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.